welcome to Planet Zoo. We are going to be playing Planet Zoo and creating a zoo layout, basically, based on the model of Kaifeng, which is a prefecture-level city in east-central Henan Province, China. It's one of the 8 ancient capitals of China, having been the capital 8 times in history. It is most known for having been the Chinese capital during the Northern Song Dynasty. So we are doing a version of, well, ancient Kaifeng. Kaifeng in the Northern Song Dynasty, its most known time as the capital. So we're going to be basing it off of these pictures. And let's get started. So I did start out by mapping out somewhat the very edge of the city. I wanted to make sure that we had space for the walls, so that we can fit everything else into the walls. So here's our mapping. This is going to be the very edge wall here, and it's of course mad at me because I got rid of the usual default doors on Zoo. So this is our beginning. I decided to use the... Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. I decided to use the dry stone wall piece from Planet Zoo, specifically because it has these buttresses as well as the pieces that have that extra little bit on the edge, because especially on these guys right here, these little guard towers, they actually have this curve based on the reference of the model of Kaifeng. So that's why I ended up choosing the dry stone walls. I wish that there was a smooth wall that still had that little outward bit, but there's going to be quite a bit of custom creating in this model zoo, and so I didn't want to make it even harder on myself by not even using these walls when I could. And so here we are. We're using dry stone walls to start out with, and I think if I can figure it out, we are going to jump into a time lapse. Let's go. let's get back into real time. So this is what we've got so far. Doesn't feel like a lot, but it took a long time. Here, I'm thinking we could probably fit in some exhibits. I'm trying to decide if I want to put the spawner, the guest spawner in here, or if I want to put the guest spawner in here. It's doesn't matter a ton either way. I'll probably end up putting it in here or in here, just because that will make it. Oh, actually, then I'll have to put actual path in here. Although I could use the path that is kind of not a path. Unknown. But I want to put some exhibits in there. This is not finished, but this is the bones of our gate. I don't know if you saw my measuring using the walls. Right here, we're going to have a bridge going over this river that comes up here. Hopefully you've seen that on the reference. We're putting it up here, around, and then it comes back out over here. So we're going to have a bridge here. We'll see what kind of construction materials we've got for that. Because I know that there are some actual bridge pieces. Yeah, right here. They're even East Asian, which is so fun. So very on brand. But one of the problems is they are small. And this bridge right here is wide. So not sure what we're going to do about that. Not sure. We'll see. I will most likely end up making my own bridge, kind of loosely based on those pieces. Although there are a couple more bridges that are smaller that will be going over the river, so we can put them in there. Alrighty. Well, now that I've talked for a little while, let's get back into building. everything because this looks so much better and it has the actual ramparts. This is what I get for not perusing the whole catalog before I start building. See you later after 1,000 years of replacing everything I've already placed. Alright, now that we're back from the time lapse, let's look through what we've done. So, we have the entryway. I'm not gonna lie, I could not be bothered to redo this front bit in the correct wall type. So, that is still the other material, and it might stay that way, it might not. I might redo those just later, since it's going to require so much annoying work. I did actually realize partway through doing them that there was an easier way of doing them that I wasn't doing, so at least there's that. So second time around, it'll be easier. I'll be able to do it a little better. Meanwhile, we have lots of roads, lots of path. Currently, we have the big path going to the main entrance into what's going to be like inner palace, inner city, or I guess outer palace, but inner city. Here, we're going to have sort of the slums close to the wall, I think. Not right next to the wall, just because I imagine like soldiers and stuff patrolling there would keep that to a fair minimum, but definitely the poorer districts here, kind of along here, but in these areas, we'll start to see slightly more wealthy groupings of houses, especially in here, since there's this lake right here. I think there's going to be kind of a compound right there of just like a family that's powerful enough that they don't care that they're outside of the outer palace. And I think we have all of the bridges. I've only done the actual path going over this one. I thought I would show you in real time what that looks like. Because I did have a bit doing it in the time lapse. Let's see if that will go one more. It will not. So here we're actually going to be repositioning this bridge so that we can have the pretty bridge texture instead of the uglier asphalt texture. I want to make sure that that is covered there. I think we're going to go up just a little bit. Just so that texture is showing. And then we'll go in and edit here. Move that over. Just so the texture is showing. And here, it's not what I wanted to do. That is also not what I wanted to do. Here, there we go. We got the duplicate and move. So here, this is going to be kind of weird. So one of these sides, I think probably this side, I'm going to just move so that, oh, got it right the first time. That hardly ever happens. So here, move this over, connect that. Gotta go like 1 pixel to the right. There we go. Okay. Now let's revisit that path. So we've got path up here, and delete. Coming back. Hello? Delete, please. Okay, and then here is where we're gonna go up. Let's see if we can get the grid there. Perfect. So here we have a little extra where the texture's not showing, so we're gonna have to adjust. You there. And you. Get that 1 pixel. Okay. Then we're gonna jump out of here and advanced move the whole thing. See if we can't get the texture on both sides. Ah, I knocked it. There we are. And now we have a pretty bridge that is much prettier than just the default road there. And guests will actually walk over it. So let's see what more we can do. I think that this current episode is probably getting a little long. So I'm actually going to close things out for today. I might finish the rest of these bridges off camera, just so that I don't have to include those in another time lapse. So I'll finish those bridges, and then I think we'll jump back in with finishing up the walls that we currently have. So here, see if we can get kind of the walls going off into the distance on these sides done, and try and do the same with the front wall. So I might actually replace the front wall in the beginning of the next episode, or between episodes. We'll see what I have time for and what I feel like doing. So we'll replace what's there on just that wall, and then I think we'll start up the time lapse next time with finishing those walls, and then we'll jump into building some of the actual buildings here, because I think that will help to keep me interested and keep you interested. So thanks for watching. Hope you're as excited as I am to see this kind of come together. Have a good one. Bye.